Welcome everyone, my name is Eltimar and this is going to be a little bit of a different type of video than we normally do on this channel. Normally we do long playthroughs of games, broken up into multiple videos, but this is going to be a one-shot of Stellaris, and you may be wondering why I've taken sort of a turn from our normal programming to do something new. Well, Paradox added a times 25 endgame crisis difficulty challenge to the game, and I wanted to see if we could pull it off. So I've gotten to 2405, which is sort of the early stages of the late game. At any point in time we might start the endgame event, but it's probably not going to kick off for another decade or two at least, hopefully. I'm hoping between like 20 or 30 years would be wonderful, because then we'd be fully ready to go, I think. But this part of the video, this intro part of the video, is mostly just to showcase our the current status of the galaxy and the current status of our empire, which is obviously almost spanning the entire galaxy. So again, as I noted before, the year is 2405. We are playing a determined exterminator race called the Galactic Defense Protocol. I'm hoping that the bonuses from being a determined exterminator will give us an edge against the sheer onslaught of what I'm going to assume is going to be a brutal slog of a battle against the endgame crisis. But let's go in through government and then planets and everything, and I'll show you guys sort of where we're all at. So I guess first of all we'll look at the galaxy map. There are two organic races left. There is the Rexcodium Foundation and the Prethoryn Watchers, which is a fallen empire. Quite simply, I just finished the rest of this galaxy off in terms of all the federations that existed previously, and I just haven't gone around to killing the Rexcodium yet. I will. I'll go kill them shortly and get all of their systems into our fold and turn them into machine worlds. Unfortunately, I can't go to war with the Prethoryn Watchers for another 5 years. They declared a humiliate war against me, which doesn't allow me to claim their territory, so after I beat them, I couldn't take any of their stuff. So I have to wait 5 more years for that to wear off, the truce to wear off, and then I can do a cleansing war and take their fallen empire worlds, most of which are pretty good, but we've already taken out 2 fallen empires previously. We took out our robot fallen empire down here at the Alpha Refuge, Beta Refuge, Gamma Refuge area, and also a different fallen empire up here, I think, at Core. One of these worlds was their home world. I just don't remember which one. Jasmac? Yelbarasta? Rint Beacon? That's the one. So this is their world. They were a spiritualist one, I believe. Anyways, we killed them, and I've turned all of their worlds into machine worlds. Probably a pretty substantial negative to them, but whatever. They're all dead anyways, because they've been processed. So, who's left in the galaxy? Well, we know those 2 are still alive. The Tronzaru Network are a group of driven assimilators, I believe. They actually really hate us right now because we have genocided just so many people, and we have border friction, and we're a threat, and apparently the xenophages, we do have good opinions of them because we've had our envoy attached to them for a long time, but realistically, if they ever declared war on us, we would just roll through them. They don't have any real chance at defeating us. I do have substantial strike fleets ready to go in case they declare war. We also have gateways positioned around our empire. There's one there. We're going to get more though. We're going to need lots of gateways, and I'll explain sort of why in a second here. Our situation log, nothing really going on. A drone study, fine, whatever. Doesn't make a difference. It's pretty much all done. If we look at our score, actually, our victory score, we are way in the lead. We are 3 times the power, at least, of the, well, maybe not. Just under 3,000, or 3 times the power of the Prethoryn Watchers, and theirs is all from tech level, which ours is not quite as good as theirs yet, but we have way more systems, way more pops, way more colonies, way more relics, and way more economic strength by about 10 times. Tronzaru are about 6 times weaker than us, and we are just ready to destroy them. Who's that? Where is this? Hang on, there's an unnamed nation somewhere. Oh, it's this vassal state. We'll kill it later. Okay, so our planets, actually it's easier to show on here. So we control 170 planets, just lots of planets. We have almost 8,100 pop, and that is kind of the state of our empire. Some of those pops are organic and will be purged off, but most are robots at this point in time. There's probably a couple hundred that are Actually, maybe not. Yeah, maybe a couple hundred that are organic and are still being processed. So we'll see what happens with the rest of those later on, but surely they will go away because we can't have organic species in our empire at all. It just, we're not allowed to, basically. So yeah, that's where we're at on that one. In terms of edicts, we have a couple active at the time. We have terraforming gases because we're making machine worlds. I just got out of a war, so I had exotic gases as fuel, shield boosters, and ammunition. I also have scientific revolution, architectural renaissance, and will to power all going at once. We're making 700 unity a month, which isn't a lot. It's actually a really small amount of unity, and you may be wondering why we have so much saved up if we have such a low unity income. We didn't used to have such a low unity income, and I'll sort of explain why in a second here, but let's go into the rest of the stuff. So we're making about 10,500 energy a month, almost 5,000 minerals. We're making a little bit of food. I think there's still a few food districts from some of the worlds I just recently conquered, probably a couple months back, that I just haven't cleared out yet. We are making some consumer goods, mostly from Fallen Empire worlds. There's a couple Fallen Empire buildings that make consumer goods just for, well, not for free. They take minerals, but they don't take worker slots. And I left them standing because we can sell them for a bunch of money. We're making 136 monthly money from them, which actually isn't a lot. I should just get rid of them at this point, but we'll work on that shortly as well. We're making 3,000 alloys per month. Technically, we're making 4,500, but we are using a bunch for ships, buildings, and jobs, but we're going to get more. We're still in the process of really ramping up our alloy production to start building massive fleets. Our tech is only at almost 11,000, but that's not really great. We're also still building that up. We have a couple ring worlds that are going to be research ring worlds, and that will just shoot our research way higher so that we can get a lot of repeatable techs. Rare resources, we're doing fine for them. Nothing big going on with them at the moment. We're in positives for all of them. We're even getting 0, which is pointless for our empire because we have no psychics and we don't have psionic shields or psi jump drives. There's no real use for it for us. Our empire sprawl is completely under control. Again, we have 8,000 pops. We are a little over starbase cap, but I don't care. At the moment, our income's fine, so I'm not too worried about it. We have a bunch of naval capacity, almost 3,500. We need more. Quite simply, we need lots more. We're building strongholds, fortresses, I guess they are, on pretty much every world that can take them. Not maxing them out, obviously, because there's other buildings we need too, like alloys and research and rare resources, but by and large, we are building fortresses on these worlds to buff up our naval capacity, and that's going to feed into our fleets, which we have several of around. Kind of wanted to group them all up though. So let's move them all back into place. We also have some unemployment on some of our worlds. I'm gonna have to go through that. I was in a pretty intense war. There's a lot going on. I didn't have time to pay attention to every single world all at once. In terms of our ships, actually, you know what? We'll do government first, then we'll do ascension perks, and then we'll do fleet. So our government, of course, is the determined exterminator negative 30% starbase influence cost, which means you can expand relatively fast in the beginning of the game, even though alloy production is going to be your bottleneck. Rockbreakers gives us +1 minerals per miner, which is really, really important when we're going to be shooting up alloy production massively. And Rapid Replicator, we did change this one relatively recently, so I wanted faster pop assembly speed, but prior to that we had maintenance protocols, which gave +1 unity per maintenance drone, which obviously meant we had thousands and thousands of unity going at once. So, but we turned that one off. Excuse me. We turned that one off so that we could build more population faster. Also, we didn't need as much unity production as we had earlier when we were trying to fill up the tree. As for traditions, we've of course finished out the tradition tree. Our ascension perks are technological ascendancy, mastery of nature, machine worlds, which are super important for a machine race, synthetic age, which is less important, but I was just like, okay, that's good enough for that point in time. We are going to be remodifying our species a little bit soon, but not just yet. Master builders, of course, for mega projects. Galactic force protection. At the point of time where I got this, I really needed the fleet command limit. I kind of regret this decision now because there are other ascension perks we could have taken instead. We've maxed out our 250 fleet command limit, and we're actually technically over that, but we can't have more than 250 fleet capacity. Galactic Wonders for those Ring World, Matter Decompressors, Dyson Sphere scenarios, and Defender of the Galaxy. And this is the important one, or the most important one. Damage to endgame Crisis Faction plus 50%, which is going to hopefully help us out against the enemy. In terms of relics, we have 4. We have the Cyrex Warforge, which is the precursor event that we ended up getting, the Blade of the Huntress, the Aether Drake Trophy, and the Rubicator. I was really hoping to get the Throne of the Khan, but that was no dice. We did not get that. We also have several mega structures building at the moment. We have 2 mega shipyards actually. We have one here, and we took another one that was ruined down. Where is it? Somewhere around here. Am I missing it? Probably. That is a ring world. That's a ring. No, that's it right there. Mega shipyard down there. So ring world, which are not all completed yet. I'm still working on that. We can't build more than 3 things at once, and we're currently building a, I want to say a strategic coordination center. We found another ruined strategic coordination center up here somewhere. The Empire is big and we've kind of lost track of things. There it is. Oh no, it's done. Okay, what are we building then? Probably more ring world stuff. Maybe there's other things going on. We also have a Matter Decompressor building up here and a Dyson Sphere building here, which we can't build because we still need to wait for whatever the third thing is we're building. So other than that, we'll look at ships really quickly and fleets, and then that's going to be pretty much it for the snapshot of our empire. I guess we should look at what we had for... where are they? Yeah, here. So we're killing all these people, but eventually we're going to be modifying our species, so I guess showing you it here doesn't really matter too much, but that's fine. Where are they? There. So I've already added one thing to them. We have power drills on some of them, not all of them, because some of them went on their own way. This is going to be our new one. I've already designed it. So we are machine race efficient processors for that extra 5% resources from every job. Minerals increased, robot upkeep minus 10% because we're going to be pumping out so many ships. We're going to start hemorrhaging energy probably, and then mass produce for an additional plus 15% population assembly speed, which should hopefully buff up our population growth to fill in these worlds. And yeah, that's pretty much our empire. Let's go to ship designer. I'll show you guys what we're running. I was really hoping we were going to get Cloud Lightning because I really think it's probably, except against the Prethorians, it's probably the best one, the best sort of build to go with because it ignores shields and armor, which is really important. So if you use Cloud Lightning in combination with focused arc emitters, it has also 100% tracking, so you never miss your attacks, except I think evasion might work against it, but anyways, it doesn't matter. We didn't get it. So we are using, where are they? Titans. We're using, of course, the Perdition Beam, and then we're using the Artillery Barrage, or the Kinetic Artillery Barrage strategy, which is just basically jam as much artillery as you can on all of your ships, with the exception of the destroyers, which are going to be artillery and 2 different point defense systems. Point defense systems are going to be absolutely worthless if the oh god, I've forgotten their name now. The hunters, the energy people, if they show up, they don't use a lot of, well, actually they do have some, I think, torpedo type weapons, but by and large they're not that important. Point defense isn't that great against them because they use a lot of energy based weapons. Shields are really important against them. The Prethoryn Scourge point defense is necessary. It is super vital. It won't defend you against their acid splash damage, but it will defend you against all of their torpedo-y, swarmy based attacks, which is good. And against the contingency, I mean, I would love to have Cloud Lightning against it, but they're a robot race kind of like us, so high shields, probably decent armor, and I haven't fought the contingency in a very long time, so I can't remember exactly what they do. I haven't had them in like 7 or 8 games or more, maybe like a dozen games. I always get the Prethoryn Scourge and very, very occasionally the hunters. I can't remember their name for the life of me. Anyways, we have how many fleets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fleets there. We have 2 extra ones. Each of them is maxed out and is about 180, yeah, about 180 to 200,000 fleet strength. This is not enough. quite simply. We have 11 fleets at about between 180 and 200,000 strength, so we have a little over 2 million fleet strength. It's not going to be enough. We need double that, triple that maybe by the end of the game. So we're going to be working at that hard. We do have some extra alloys that we're going to start pumping out fleet as fast as possible. But that's where I'm going to leave you guys for now. When the end game event starts, I'll show you our state of our empire. Again, I'll do another like brief snapshot, way briefer than this one, just kind of like an update. And then we'll do the actual war itself. We might win, we might lose. Either way, I'll show you guys what happens. See you guys shortly. Alright, it is time to start our endgame crisis, or at least the countdown to our endgame crisis. It's been about 50 years since the end of the last part of the video. We're going to go through things that have changed recently. As you can see at the top, a lot of things have changed specifically in regards to our fleet and population, but that's neither here nor there. We have Subspace Echoes. Several of our tracking stations have picked up a peculiar subspace echo coming from somewhere in intergalactic space. The echoes are faint but getting stronger, and they seem to be approaching our galaxy. This is the Prethoryn Scourge, which means shields are going to be 100% worthless, which is actually really bad because a lot of our ships have a lot of shields on them. We're going to need a lot of point defense as well. We do have a lot of point defense. If we keep our fleet together, it should be fine, but we need to split our fleet up right now. How many fleets do we even have? Like, so many fleets. Alright, so it's approaching the galaxy. We're going to pause because we need to pause right now. There's a lot of things we need to do. We need to start getting our fleets changed specifically for this event. And that's going to be really hard to do in time because we have so many fleets. As you can see, we are at 11,773 out of 9,999 fleet cap, or naval cap I should say. The naval cap is locked at 9,999. You can go over, but you'll always get more and more maintenance costs, so it becomes progressively harder to do so. We are sitting at, what, 12,126 populations. I did get rid of a bunch of worlds. I just amalgamated a bunch of our planets together. We're only at 127 now. It was getting a little bit unwieldy, and the lag was getting very, very intense. So that's where we're at on those. Now, the big thing is we need to split this fleet into the 2 mega shipyards and try and upgrade as many of them as possible before the coming storm. So this is going to lag like hell, but whatever. I have all my fleets sitting at our gateway, but let's see if we can grab like half of them. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 is about half, right? There's like 40-ish there. Good enough. Alright, we're going to send half of them to the other shipyard. Right now, they're only 10 days away, but they need to go through. We also have ships building currently, which is really bad. I was kind of hoping we could pump out these last 2 fleets beforehand. They'll be done in 30 days. It should be fine. Except for this other fleet, which apparently is not done for another 30 days. We can, however, start to upgrade our destroyers, because our destroyers and corvettes, for that matter, our destroyers and corvettes are not part of the fleets we're building, so we can upgrade them. We're using Devastator torpedoes and Stormfire autocannons, or should I switch this up and give them point defense? I think no, it's gonna be a tough call. No, we want the torpedoes. I wish there was like a torpedo point defense system, but that does not exist. We're gonna rip off the shields and we're gonna put on extra armor. It's not gonna do as much, but it'll help when the missiles come slamming through our shields, because I believe they have a 100% chance of shield piercing. So I think shields are functionally worthless for this battle. I'm almost certain. Anyways, I should really check. You know what? Let's just quickly check. Prethoryn Scourge. Ships. Or weapons. Yeah, so they do a ton of... They either skip shields or do an extra 50% damage to shields, so we're not going to bother with shields. We have Dragon Scale armor anyways, which is pretty good. And we're going to use evasion, which is kind of important. Our evasion's 58%, which is not bad for a destroyer. We're going to use the same point defense long range artillery build that we've been using basically the whole game. I'm going to move my microphone just a teensy bit this way. Alright, there we go. And we can't upgrade our destroyers yet because we just can't. Oh man, this is gonna suck to refit all these ships. It's gonna be very expensive. Ship fire rate, that's fine. And there's no point to upgrading our Juggernaut because I don't think it can change. So, oh, I guess we could switch it to armor though. It's got 15,000 shields. I wonder how much armor it'll have in total when we fill in all the slots. 23,000 armor. We're gonna give it some. Do we have nanites around? We could use nanite repair systems. They're really, really good. Do we have nanites? How many nanites do we have? Can we buy nanites? Well, that was unfortunate. I should have been saving up nanites instead of using them for rare resources. Oh well. Nothing we can do about that now, unfortunately. Armor it is. And maybe just the... Oh, it's way worse. Damn. Had I known back then what I know now, I would not have done it this way. Oh well, nothing we can do. In fact, let's go to other ships. I want these ships to be faster. 12% evasion on a Titan is actually pretty good. And that's taking into account 30% evasion increase from its afterburners, so its evasion really sucks normally. Alrighty, so that's what we got, I guess, to deal with this upcoming invasion. Let's see if we can upgrade a few of these fleets to the newer designs. The battleships aren't going to be able to be upgraded for now. We're just going to have to deal with that little problem. On the bright side, this is actually really cheap to do, because shields cost a ton of resources, and we're ripping all the shields out, which apparently is very cheap, and just slamming on some dragon scale armor. I think I saw a fleet with no later there, but I'll deal with that in a minute. Alright, that's our new fleet that's building. Upgrade all of these as fast as possible. Our relative, or our on-paper fleet power is actually going to go down by ripping out the shields, but our effective fleet power is going to go up. The game doesn't take into account certain things very well. Like, for example, if we were using Cloud Lightning and focused arc emitters, our fleet power would actually be quite low compared to what it is now. It just doesn't, the game doesn't take certain things into account as much as it probably should. Alright, so our fleets are going to upgrade, hopefully as fast as possible. It should be a relatively quick process once these destroyer battleships are built, which are... That was actually really fast. Okay, well, those will deal with their things, hopefully soon. And then we can deal with the event as it comes in. We don't know where it's coming from. We can't see it yet. There's a project here, which is the removing orbital debris. There's a excavation site there we're working on. I totally forgot about, which I think is actually the head of what's it called? Sacrum? I can't remember now. But it makes a Fallen Empire fleet. I kind of wish that I had gotten it way earlier in the game. We could have been pumping out our own Fallen Empire fleet, which would have been kind of cool. Regardless, though, we are just going to upgrade as fast as possible and wait for this fleet to build, which I should probably put a leader on, actually, now that I look at things. Oh, it's my new fleet. That's why it doesn't have a leader. Okay. I'll put on gale speed. Trying to give the best modifiers to our fleet possible, but sometimes you get garbage, like lower ship upkeep, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, just it's not the best. Come on, Mega Shipyard, do this thing. 90 days. We have hundreds of ships to upgrade. Shouldn't have built this new fleet. Oh well. At least this fleet should be not even close to being upgraded, probably. I need more Mega Shipyards, to be honest. That's just where we're at. Holy crap. That's one hell of a list. Sometimes I think we might have too many fleets. At least they're upgrading really quick, though. 10 days each. That's probably the Corvettes, though. I wonder how long do we have till they arrive. what I might do is just jump forward to when they actually arrive, and I'll show you guys the rest of the Empire quickly though. We have, well, I showed you guys the population, the planet. We've been locking off worlds to try and reduce lag. The game is getting a little bit choppy at 12,000 pops, and what I'm assuming is about, well, you know what, we can do a quick calculation. Let's assume that every fleet's about 250,000. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 79, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 fleets there that are full. 27, well, that one's almost done, but 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48 fleets. So if we had 48 fleets, I need a calculator. 48 times 250, so about 12 million fleet strength or so. It'll go down when we change our fleet a little bit, but then it'll go up when we activate all of our edicts to increase our weapon damage and armor and, well, I guess shields would be kind of pointless. Yeah, weapons and armor, basically. I should have just canceled this fleet, to be honest. Oh well. Nothing we can do now. Please tell me no one's trying to upgrade at the Juggernaut. God damn it, they are. You all get to the mega shipyard right now. You are very useful, but you are not useful at all for what we need you to do right now, which is not upgrade ships, because it only has 2 shipyard slots and it's going to take 8,000 years to upgrade these fleets. Why? Did they already finish? Oh wait, these are all battleship fleets? That's why they had moved. They weren't upgrading at all. These are all the battleship fleets that haven't been assigned upgrades yet because they can't, because we're still building battleships. Speaking of, how is this fleet coming along? Is it almost done? I have no idea. The game is, when it comes to January 1st, the game gets a little bit unhappy about everything that's going on. But anyways, we're gonna just jump ahead to when the actual crisis starts, and then we'll deal with it when it arrives. Alright, so it's a good thing we paused between the last part of the video and this one, because it took like another 15 years for them to show up. The strange subspace echoes we detected in intergalactic space are now approaching the outer rim of our galaxy. Several smaller contacts appear to be racing ahead of the main body of echoes towards a number of rim systems. We've entered the positions of these systems in the situation log, and will continue to monitor the situation. They're almost upon us. We're pausing. We're picking up a strong subspace signal washing over the galaxy. Its point of origin appears to be the contacts approaching from intergalactic space. They say something we can't read. I wish the game would continue to let me pause instead of restarting automatically, and we are saving. Apparently there's no save. This is on Iron Man mode, by the way, so that's just something to keep in mind. Oh, they're coming in our allies' territory. That is not nearly as bad as I thought. Also, this is really okay. Like, if we get our fleets here and here, we can basically block them in. This is a really good positioning, actually. I doubt they have any gateways in the area, so we're actually gonna have to fly through their territory to reach any sort of good space there. So let's move half of our fleet there. The other half of our fleet is gonna go... Not that part, though. I need to get there without going through the Prethoryn swarm. This is gonna suck, so we're gonna go here and then across to there. Nope. To here. Nope. I still want them to go the other way. There we go. And then we'll just add some distance onto it. In order to get there quickly, because we're gonna need to get there relatively fast, we're gonna do a bunch of edicts. So first of all, it's gonna be volatile reactive armor to buff up our armor hit points, explosives to buff up our corvettes, ammunition for basically all of our ships. Shield boost is worthless because we have no shields on our ships anymore. Fuel for sublight engines, and of course, that's it. Actually, I think that's everything we needed. Oh, focusing crystals, that's the other one. For energy weapons, which a lot of our ships do have. The other way we're going to buff up our fleet speed is the Blade of the Huntress. Its active ability gives plus 25% subblade speed, so our ship should be going very fast. It's also going to cause our game to just be punishingly slow for a moment while our fleets pick up to where they're going. Our fleets are very powerful. We have millions of fleet strength. I don't know exactly how many millions of fleet strength, but lots. We're going to try and get in position. I have no idea how strong these are going to be, though. That's the other thing. I don't actually know how strong the Prethoryn, or the times 25 crisis is. So I'm very curious. This fleet's almost done and it's going to go join the other ones in the defense of the galaxy, but we need to try and get our ships into position as fast as possible. Oh, crud. We also need to bring our Juggernaut along. No, we'll just put it with this fleet, I guess, so it can go there. The only reason we're bringing our Juggernaut along, it's not very good in combat. It's only got 55,000 fleet strength, which is fine. It's not a big deal. Alright, what do we got? Oh, I think we're actually going to be... Well, bear in mind, this is just the Vanguard fleets, so these are not their main fleets, and they're 767,000 fleet strength, which is actually not that bad. All things considered, let's take a look at them. So 767,000, it's only their destroyer type class ships, a small class. They're using large Scourge missiles, which our point defense will tear apart, but the more important thing is the small Scourge acid blasts. They also have 27,250 armor each, and that's just their destroyer class ships, and 13,625 hull points. That's a crap ton of hull points. We're going to try and get our fleets into position for this side of the defense. We have millions of fleet strength coming, and there's an ambulance going by. Hope no one's too sick. This fleet's not quite ready yet to join the battle, but that's fine. Doesn't need to be at the moment. Okay, so we're going to jump in on this fleet. Actually, they have a big fleet here. Why do they have 1 million? Are they coming at us? Nope. 1.5 million. They must have merged two fleets together because they have a 1.5 million fleet strength fleet. Ours is much higher than that. So we have, let's assume they're about 300,000 each. So we have 26 fleets there, I think. Sounds about right anyways. So we have about 26 fleets there at about 300,000 each, so we have a little over 6 million fleet strength, close to 7 million maybe. I'm going to move, I need all my ships to jump at the same time. We don't want them to jump separately, because that would suck. So we're going to merge them all up here for the jump. I also want our Juggernaut to be here, but it's taking its sweet time. 50 days is a long time to wait. I also need to get ships here as fast as possible. We don't want them colonizing planets if we can help it, because that would be really bad for us. I might just go in without my Juggernaut for now. It's only the Vanguard fleets anyways. Let's just wait for our groups to gather up, and then we'll jump it in. Okay, it should be good now. Here we go. I wonder if they'll stick around for this fight, or if they're gonna jump away. Turn around, come back. They are definitely turning around. Here they come. Oh god, it's so laggy. Why are my corvettes go that way? Holy shit, they take a lot of punishment. I can't micro anything, it's too laggy, so I'm just gonna have to watch and see what happens. We're shredding their first fleet. Oh good, our corvettes are going in. Their second fleet is taking some pretty serious punishment. And I think my game is crashing? Nope, it's okay, everything's fine. Our corvettes are getting shredded. But that's what they're there for. They just lost like 30 ships in the last Alpha Strike, or I guess it's not really an Alpha Strike anymore, but the last big strike. Okay, first round done. We didn't lose very much, I don't think. We lost 34 ships, only 11,000 worth, not a big deal. And our fleets are not in position for this other side. We could jump in on this one though. I don't know when their main fleet shows up though. It is a little worrying because I don't want their main fleet to jump on this fleet without we want all of our fleets combined for their big fleets probably. But we could just jump in and kill this. And I think it might be worthwhile to do so. Also, their fleets are moving. Where are... Okay, so they have 3 million, 4.5 million there, and just like 2 million here. We did shred 2 million with very little effort, so that is a good sign for our ability to handle this. They brought in another 3 million though. That's slightly worrying. Well, let's see what happens here. Oh, they're jumping out? In? I have no idea what they're doing. They're leaving. It's so laggy, I can't do anything properly. We do have reinforcements coming in, apparently. They're coming at us. Okay. Stop shooting the station. It's dead. The station's dead, guys. It's done. Start shooting their fleets. I don't think this is good. Okay, there we go. We're turning around finally, we're shooting. I think we're gonna lose a lot of ships because of the stupidity of the AI there. But that's fine. You know what? This is an endgame battle. It should be tough, I guess. Although it's making it tough because my computer can't handle it. We are taking some damage. It's becoming EVE Online. Oh my god. It is very much EVE Online at the moment. I have no idea what the hell is going on at this particular second. But what we can do, since we have just all the resources in the galaxy, let's just start reinforcing. Okay, so that fleet's dead now too. We're gonna pull back this fleet in a second once all their ships are merged. Oh. Apparently we accidentally killed a Curator ship. Or station. My bad. Okay. So... I don't know why we're still admin capacitying. It's the only repeatable tech that's worth it for this race because we don't need ground armies at this particular point of the game. So I'm just gonna let my fleets gather back up. We need to get this in here. What I'm also gonna do is move... Okay, once I can actually do something. We're moving the Juggernaut all the way over there. Oh, crap. I should have, like, hotkeyed this fleet. Oh, fuck. Sorry for the language. We kind of messed up this a little bit. So, this is a full fleet. It needs to go over here. And this is a... Okay, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. We just need to move our fullish fleets. That one's not full, although it needs just destroyers. And these are all corvettes. Sometimes I hate the fleet mechanic in this game. A little bit. Okay, let's move these ones. We're just getting them out of the way. This one needs destroyers, but I don't see any destroyers here yet, so I think we're good to move those ones a little bit. We need to keep the corvettes there. Can't tell what that fleet even is. Get those gone. Okay. Our corvette, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, that one, and that one, and that one. Merge. That's 49. Is that all of them? All the ones that are here anyways? It's good enough. If it's not, it's close enough. Give me their fleets. Oh god, this is so choppy. Hope it doesn't crash. Okay, there we go. We're good. Let's very carefully grab the fleets. Give it a sec to figure it out. No? Whatever. Just let it go. Do its thing for a sec. And then I'll move the other ones. There, alright. everything moves out here, because I don't want the fleets to spawn on top of my fleet. Our fleets are best at long range, and they sort of start to falter when we get too close to the enemy. That is, our ideal situation is to stay at maximum distance for as long as possible. And we are bringing in this. Okay, good. The other fleet is still getting there slowly. Most of it's almost at the right place. Let's move up to here, actually. The other one can come to there. Now, it's still very important to remember that this is only the vanguard of the Prethoryn Scourge. There are way more powerful Scourge forces on its way. I'm hoping it's going to land here at whatever that place is called. I can't see because the game's chugging. Digantu. That would be the ideal situation, because then we could close it in on both sides and just hammer it hard. That being said, they are moving up here, so... And they've taken Breglar. Doesn't even sound like a real place. Bright side, we do have a Juggernaut here, so we can actually repair. And I think we can repair relatively fast. If the game would stop chugging. I can just feel my CPU wanting to throw itself off a cliff at the moment. Let's get some more armor. That might help a little bit. Okay, everything's fine. Can we repair still? Yes, those two need to repair. I don't know if they're actually repairing or not, but whatever. The Juggernaut may be the one building the ships that are reinforcing us, which is silly but not uncalled for. Are these ships actually showing up? Yes, okay, so there's a bunch of ships that are coming. They're on the way. They're going to be here in 3 months or so. Alright, so we need to probably take Bregla. Actually, we'll just leave it. We'll just block off Fouye, whatever it is called. And then we'll, or actually maybe we'll stop them at Mascal. There is a small starbase there, which is garbage, but maybe they have built like the plus fire rate thing. Probably not. Now the only, like, actually, we could build a really good defensive sort of situation here. I need a construction ship. Where's my nearest? There's one. Okay. If we build a starbase here, we can use a defense in depth. No, that's not the right one. Edicts. Desperate measures. Which means in friendly territory. Is it friendly or just my territory? If it's friendly territory, then that's really great for defending our ally. Home territory. Damn. So it's not going to help us at all when they're invading this side. But if we build a station here, it means we can contain them here. If they do take this place, we can build a station there, and then we can contain them completely using the plus 40% fire rate increase, which would help us out a huge amount, actually. Now the problem is, we still haven't seen their reinforcements, and I'm really worried now. Because, like, their vanguard fleet, not that bad. All things considered, there have been worse. That fleet is going to go and take this station, though, which is sort of annoying. Although, if we just block them at Faye, that also... Fouye, that also works, too. It's not Faye. Foye? I don't even know. Some name. Why are my fleets not all repaired? Why are my fleets not all whole? Oh, they should be showing up soon. The ship should be coming in about a couple days. And we're just going to wait for the game to chug horribly as it ticks over the month. I think I have too many ships. And possibly too many populations, because I think we're at, what, like 13,000? Almost 13,000 pop? Okay, so they have 1.5 million here. Our fleets are not in position. There's still a bunch more traveling here. Okay, now they're all here, though. Oh, no, there's still more showing up. Why are these ones so slow, comparatively? It worries me when, like, a bunch of fleets are way slower than all the other fleets. And I'm like, but why? What have I done wrong to make those ones so much slower? There's also no fallen empires that'll be coming to our aid. They're all dead. Oh yeah, I should show you guys. I finished off all of the stuff in the game. They've rebuilt a vanguard fleet, or they've moved one. They moved a fleet down. That was one from up here. Just waiting for my fleets to finish gathering up and repairing, and then we're going to jump into Breglar. They do have a colony ship, so they are trying to build a colony. I wonder if we should just jump. Why are you taking 43 days? You have plus 10% subblade speed. That's faster than the upkeep guys. That I know that there are some in this fleet. Okay, well, let's move to... So laggy. Let's move to there. Get ready to jump. And then we'll jump in on this fleet. Unless it's... Where's it going? Is it coming to us? No, it's just chilling at the star. It is 62 ships that you can't really see. For some reason, they're like hiding. They're hiding in the sun, it looks like. Like a good 40 of them or so. Excuse me. I think our ships are... Oh! Our mining station in Dragon Sword was repositioning an ether drake egg. Oh, sure. We'll incubate the egg, why not? We'll get a garbage ether drake. I love the ether drake, don't get me wrong, but let's not pretend it's very powerful. Is everyone moving in? Okay, let me just quickly check. Yeah, okay, everyone's roughly in the right position. Good enough then. I know some ships are going to be like a couple days behind, but that's not going to make a big difference, or at least it shouldn't. Oh, that's bad. We are going to hemorrhage energy if we lose Grand Fleet. Let's just turn that back on. Our giant Alpha Strike only killed 7? Oh no, okay, there's a bunch more dying. I was a little worried at first because I was like, we just spent so much ammo killing 10 things. Luckily our point defense should take care of all of those swarm missiles pretty easily. That was a really good battle for us. Alright. Okay, we can fully contain them here. We need another construction ship though. We can put the other one there. And then we can just figure out what we're going to do about the situation. How do I get there without dying? Why are you... Why is that so much distant? Hang on. If I jump to there... It's a bit faster? Alright, fine. Don't do that. But jump here. It's only like 3 jumps. Ugh. No, just come this way. Don't jump. Just fly your ship. And then go this way. Oh god, they did jump on top of us. And they killed our construction ship. Okay, let's take a look at their main fleets. So, 7 million or so. 7.5 million. And then 7.5 million. And, so they have lots of millions. Let's see if we can take out this first batch with this particular fleet. Pause at the moment. I wish I could just... Okay, whatever, they're going to fight. We might lose. That's so many ships. I should have grouped up my fleets. Don't fire at the station. It has 1 fleet power. Whatever, fine. Do whatever you want. Shoot at these things. Why are you shooting at... I mean, the station does have lots of health, don't get me wrong. I think if we can go... Which way are they coming from? I kind of want them to come to us, actually. And I want to put my fleet on this edge of the galaxy. This fleet is in a very precarious position. And we might actually lose the whole thing. I'm a little bit worried we're going to lose this fleet. But it seems to be doing alright. It's firing hard. Our Juggernaut's getting in on the mix. It is impossible to see what's going on. We got a Brood Queen. We can grow a small Prethoryn brood on our own. Super. Could you possibly stop lagging as much though? That would be the ideal situation here. Grand Fleet did end. We did fix that already though. Let's grab more kinetic weapon damage. because reasons. They're still at 1 million. Actually, we're doing fine. I mean, we've lost some ships for sure. There's definitely been some casualties, but I think that first engagement went really, really well. Which means we can probably push our luck on the second engagement. This isn't one I'm not worried, or I'm not too concerned about. They are coming towards us, though. Are these other ones? Hang on, wait. This could be really bad. We might need to jump away as soon as possible. That one's not coming towards us. Good. If this one jumped and this one jumped at the same time onto our fleet, I think we might die. But I think we're okay at this particular moment. We might jump this fleet. Actually, we barely took any casualties. We might be able to just go in and hit this fleet. Or we can jump across, gather up our whole strength, and just come down. I think this fleet on its own can probably come in and fight this. This fleet, how many ships did I lose? Lots. 150, like all of our alloys worth of ships. But we still have a lot of strength still. Like, we lost a bunch of ships, don't get me wrong, we did lose tons. But we didn't lose that many. Should we just jump to here? Use our combined fleet to wipe them out? Yeah, I think we will. So I'm going to initiate my jump over to here, which is in 14 days. Are you jumping? Please tell me you're jumping. I'm going to jump you manually just to make sure you go. Okay. This fleet's coming at us, but we're not going to be there for it. I'm assuming this whole thing is going. 2, 1, jump. Everything jumped. Okay, good. We do need to wait for a little bit. Our fleet strength, it won't matter. We got too many ships. So let's grab our whole fleet and gather them up at the border here to do our jump. Oh god, it's chugging so hard. I can't unpause. There we go. It's just so, like, I need a new computer. That's just straight up what I do. It's got to be a thing that happens in the future. Probably sooner rather than later. This one is 3 years old now, so I mean, it's getting to the point where it's getting a little worn down, and also Paradox games are well known for their CPU crushing problems, and that's sort of what's happening right now. I've sort of ignored our nation because our whole goal is just to defend against this Prethoryn Scourge. Once we gathered up this fleet, we can just easily jump in. Yay, we get... Where is this? Oh, it's at our homeworld. Look at that! We have a teensy tiny... That's our destroyer. Where is it? That's an Ether Drake. Oh yeah, that's the Ether Drake. Okay, that's the one we made, isn't it? Is that my caravan ships? No, that's just some other garbage. You know what? I kind of want to see. Sure. Goodbye, caravan ships. Oh, we lost a destroyer. That's fine, whatever. Alright, I think we're in position, right? Is that pretty much where we're at? Other than the fleets that are coming in? Oh god, it can't move. Okay. Sure. Excellent. Good. Ah, okay. No, re-pause. I had to pause for a reason. Jeez, game. Okay, we need to get out of this map. Okay, there we go. Now we're going back in for just a second. Oh my god, this is painful. You know what? Okay, we'll do it from the map screen. Or not, because the game, I think, is crashing. Oh, there it goes. It is lagging like crazy, though. Are these ships not moving? Of course not. They're all messed up. So we're not getting any reinforcements for a while. Alright, there we go. Just those ships. The other one, at least, is coming to join. We're moving in. 18 days, 14, whatever. Couple days and they'll jump. There is a fairly sizable fleet here. Looks like about 10 million or so. And now our game just decides to stop. There we go. What happened to our intel on this system? Oh my god, I can't see what's going on. But there we go, we're firing at least. Everything is fine. Okay. I would like to hit good, but I can't. Ah. Nope, okay. We'll just patiently wait for it to decide that it's good. Having our combined fleets here is actually really bad in terms of gameplay. It's good in terms of tactics because we are using our full force to defeat individual fleets. That being said, our game is suffering in terms of frame rate. Like, look at it, it's more like a slideshow than it is a video of this battle. But we can see like the kinetic artillery blasting away at these Prethorians. We have tachyon beams and perdition lances. Tachyon lances, perdition beam, whatever. I wish people would stop leveling up because it actually causes our game to just hate itself even more, but whatever. I think it's because it needs to recalculate its fleet strength based on the new skills of the Admiral. But that's fine. We're doing just fine here though. Look at this. We're just killing our way through the Prethorians. And our point defense is taking out all their torpedoes pretty well, although one looks like it's about to hit. A couple of them did hit. I wonder how much life their torpedoes have with this much difficulty on. Probably just tons. Probably like a dozen or 100 point defense shots or something. Like, we have a lot of point defense. We should, like, nothing should be getting through, but here we are losing ships, so obviously something's getting through. And it's not just their acid splash damage. I love our torpedoes too. If they're just in range now though, you can see the torpedoes coming out with the stream, the plumes. There's plumes of damage, or of torpedo propellant, I guess. And we're just gonna, oh my god, the blooming of their Corvette swarm looks really cool. Then there's our main host of battleships, and then in front of them, the screening destroyers. And we're just gonna wait for them to figure out when to kill the transports, and then we're gonna go jump on the next fleet. And then maybe after all these things are dead, we'll just disband all the fleets, and and then hope that our computer, hope that my computer, oh wait, they jumped in more ships. They've come for more, at least another 5 million, which is actually a good chunk of their last remaining fleet, although they do have a couple more. Hang on one sec, I gotta pause. Sorry about that, my dog apparently woke up and decided it was time to scratch the shit out of his sleeping den thing, for whatever reason. If it happens again, I'll just pause again. But yeah, that was annoying. It looks like their fleets are just completely gone at this point, and another one has jumped in, which is their last big fleet in this sector, so we can just destroy these two. We're gonna split up our fleets to do so, just to do it quickly, and then we'll gather up for the last assault. This is actually a much easier, times 25, not that bad. It's more, you know what? The greatest challenge of this whole encounter was the lag. The lag is way worse than the enemies, which is kind of sad to say. I built up maybe too much. Come on, let me get out of this map. There we go. Alright. So, fleets are going to different areas. We're going to wipe those out. Each one... Do they have any worlds yet? I don't think they've even colonized a world. I guess we could have left it for a while and let it build up a bit, but that would just be tedious. There's a fine line between challenge and tedium, and I think that would be tedious if we wait for them to build up and then just had to fight billions of fleets. It would just be really laggy and annoying, and we're just gonna kind of wait. This is a good time to showcase our corvettes. All of our corvettes ended up at the same spot, which is kind of neat. So they all have torpedoes and autocannons. And they're not firing the torpedoes at the colony ships, which I guess kind of makes sense. Let's watch them against the station. The station still is quite powerful. I'm not really sure why they're not using their torpedoes. Oh, there's the torpedoes, okay. So you can watch the torpedoes flying in, slamming into the station. Quite a lot of damage. We'll take some corvette casualties, but it doesn't matter at this point. We've destroyed the bulk of their force. We can just let them fight this out. Alright, and the other fleet is already done. They're like, well, you know what stations don't stand up to? Like 80 tachyon beams. More. Like 400 tachyon beams. Probably. Is closer to the truth. And our game is just wait. I wish I could see how much life this thing has. We can see it's taken... It dealt a whole lot of damage, doesn't deal a lot of damage, but we've done millions of damage, and it's over. Okay, next up, moving down here, and the Juggernaut needs to come as well. And we're gonna go take out the last of the Prethorians. It's good of our ally to finally show up with this 59k fleet. Bright side, we also can go... did we finish this yet? We have so much debris. Where's our relic? I don't even know if we can activate it, because I don't think we've been at war long enough. But we have the Prethoryn... Oh, we definitely can't. Prethoryn Brood Queen. So for 10,000 food, we get a small Prethoryn fleet, which is pretty neat. Did we ever finish this excavation site? This is the other one we're waiting for. That's the head of Zarklan, and Zarklan will give us a small Fallen Empire fleet. So we have both the extra fleet building relics, but it's too late in the game for them to be worthwhile. After we defeat this, we actually just pretty much win. Technically, we have to wait it out till 2500, but we're not going to do that. That just sounds like a nightmare. I mean, I guess it could. Technically, I'd just turn off population growth on all my worlds since they're all done enough, and just wait for 2500. Though I think I'd just win. I guess I could kill these guys, make them a vassal, and then win instantly. Because I'd be the only empire left in the entire galaxy. But anyways, let's go finish off the Prethorians. They have 7.9... No, let's just call it... Yeah, 4.6... 5 million? 6 million? Is that really it? Just 6? No, 7 million. They have 7 million fleet strength. Just wait. You know what? We don't even need the Juggernaut. Whatever. Just go. Just everyone go and finish this off. Let's end this slideshow. We did lose some ships. Some brave souls died, but I think our fleet strength has remained relatively the same. I don't think that we are actually in any danger of losing. We also have recovered up to 6,000 or 62,000 alloys. And you can just see our whole fleet going in. I'm going to watch the last battle, sort of. Oh, we can kind of see what's going on. This one's actually a little less laggy for once. You can see all the tachyon beams and the perdition lances and all the kinetic artillery firing. Just a monstrous fleet. They're sending in their Scourge fighters and missiles, but realistically it's not going to matter at this point. I wonder if I can zoom in on the Scourge fighters. It's really hard to see, actually. You can see all the point defense shooting, though. Destroying all the missiles and stuff, or trying to destroy the missiles as they're coming in. They're not all working, though, because we're definitely getting hit by some of them. You can see a couple of our ships just blew up there. They're down to, like, a 1.5 million. And we can see our giant beams. I don't care. I've been neglecting planets. It's really hard to see what's going on because you can see all of our ships flying through the other ships. And there's so many beams going on. It really does feel kind of like EVE Online a little bit. Which is a game I'm glad I don't play anymore, to be honest. Just fleets of warships slamming into the enemies, and they're just destroying the last of the like transports, which are just down here. They're just chilling. They're like, well, we were soldiers, or we were gonna be soldiers, and you can see the autocannon fire from all of the corvettes. And we have to wait now because the game is not thrilled that we decided to level up a person, promising officer. And the galaxy breathed a sigh of relief. As the last significant pockets of Prethoryn Scourge were expunged, their extragalactic invasion has failed, and all that remains of the Prethoryn's once colossal swarm are the innumerable charred husks that drift quietly through the void. A sense of elation and utter joy is spreading across the galaxy at a greater speed than light, and its spontaneous victory celebrations have erupted on countless worlds. Could this be the beginning of a new age of galactic peace and stability? We shall see. realistically, that's it. That's the end of the game. We have succeeded. There's no need to continue further. So we defeated the Prethoryn Scourge. It was a little bit anticlimactic, actually, but you know what? It was a fun experiment. So that's gonna be the end of this video. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.